Miss Audrey, about yesterday, can you tell me what happened?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean, what am I talking about? Of course, I'm talking about the car.
Oh, the car! Oh, I wanted to borrow it next Monday too. Is that all right?
Of course that's not all right. What are you talking about? My husband also said don't ever let her have the car again. How did you manage to make it into that condition?
Was it really that bad though? I feel like you're being a little too sensitive.
That's not the problem here. The rear seats were all covered in mud. It looks like you scratched it too. How could you try to return it in that condition?
Huh? Of course I did. I have to return what I borrowed. That's common sense. I'm going to return it, obviously.
Hang on. Let me explain what common sense is. You return whatever you were borrowing in the original condition it was in. I'm going to have you pay for all of the repair and cleaning bills.
No, you can't do that. I'm just a stay-at-home wife. Besides, I have kids. Just because the interior of the car is a little dirty doesn't mean that much, does it? It was just a little dirty, though.
You just said you were going on a picnic, but where did you go hiking? The deep woods? There were literally bits of pine all over the car inside and out. How do you explain all of that?
Oh, well, we did go to a place with a lot of nature. And it kind of makes sense why that would happen. But I really can't pay this time, just so you know. I'm not like you, Elsa. I'm just a stay-at-home wife.
That's not going to pass as an excuse, just so you know. I'm going to have my husband reach out to your husband. He's going to know about what happened.
Hang on. How does my husband have anything to do with anything? I just borrowed the car, seriously. If you bring him into it, it's just gonna make things annoying. Please don't.
Okay, then pay up. I'll take you the invoices today.
Ugh, I can't do that. Anyway, I'll be needing it next Monday. I'll have to borrow it all day. I hope you can have it fixed by then.
I'm not lending you it again! You're seriously not going to pay us, huh?
Nope, I'm not going to. It's not like I don't want to pay you. I literally can't pay you. Can't be helped, right? Ugh, and you're starting to get on my nerves, old lady.
Old lady? I'm literally only a year older than you.
You definitely look at least 10 years older than I do. And don't you dare look down on me.
I don't really care about stuff like that anymore. So let me get this straight. You completely trashed our car to the point where it needed repairs, but you have no intention of paying. Is that correct?
Look at you being all bossy. Yeah, that's a pretty good summary. When you lent it to me, it was basically your fault anyway. You're lending it to me. You should have predicted that kind of situation would come up. You never know what's going to happen. No one ever knows what's going to happen.
I told you beforehand, didn't I? I said I didn't want to loan you my car. But if you needed to use it because you had to get a car, then you had to make sure you'd return it in its original condition.
What? I don't remember you ever saying such a thing. Did I really say that?
Stop messing around with me. If that's the attitude you want to have, we also have our own options that we can pursue.
What? You're scaring me. What are your options?
You said you were going on a picnic. You went with your friends, right?
Yeah, sure. What does that have to do with anything?
Why didn't you use your own car? Or maybe one of your friends' cars?
Our car is tiny. It's not really designed for picnics. So I figured that your car was perfect for the occasion.
Really? Does your husband know about this?
About what? That I borrowed the car? Of course he knows about it. I told him after the fact, but I did make sure to tell him.
No, not about that.
Huh?
About who you went picnicking with. The fact that it was a man.
How do you know?
Did I say that it was a man? Is that person your friend or something, Audrey?
That person who? Did you see us somewhere?
I did see you two. I'm pretty sure that it was your neighbor's husband too, right?
You saw our faces too? You're wrong though. It was just someone that kind of looks like him. I thought they kind of looked similar too.
I know for a fact that he's not a stranger. There's no way I would make that kind of mistake. I've seen that same man wearing the exact same clothes before.
You're checking his clothes too? You're really detailed, huh? Yeah, you're right, but it's not like we went on a picnic together. I just saw him along the way, so I figured I'd give him a ride. I met my friends after I dropped him off. There's no problems there, right? Where did you even see us, though?
Other friends? I didn't notice you being with any other friends.
I said they came later on. That's why when you saw me with the neighbor's husband, then later on, my friend showed up.
Yeah, that's not possible.
Huh? Why not?
It's literally impossible. That man was the only person that rode in the car.
What are you saying?
That car has a drive recorder.
Huh? That thing isn't a fake?
No, of course it's not a fake. I don't normally look over the footage, but the car was in such bad condition when it was returned, I had to look over the content. It caught all your audio, too.
You're lying. What are you talking about?
I know why you did that. How you were able to make that car that dirty. I know exactly what happened. If you did that while you drove, it would scrape the car against the guardrail, too.
Miss Elsa, I'm so sorry. Please delete the footage for me.
There really is no picnicking at all. You really went to the mountainside. To do what, exactly? You even took your 3-year-old daughter with you. How could you do that? I'm sure the crap in the back seat was from when your daughter came back into the back seat with all the mud. If she was left alone for 3 hours, I'm sure she'd get pretty dang bored too.
I'm sorry. I didn't have any bad intentions. I just didn't have any time to clean up. Can you keep this between us and not tell my husband? I'll pay for the damages, I swear. I'll pay for the cleaning and repairs. I'll even pay a little extra. Is that all right?
You're definitely going to be paying for damages. Actually, the fact that you were doing something kids shouldn't be seeing, using a neighbor's vehicle, makes me never want to touch the car again. So you'll be buying the car outright.
What are you talking about? You know I can't do that. I don't even have that kind of savings. I've only got like $2,000 left. What do you want me to do?
If you're going to be in that much trouble, why did you go out of the way to borrow my car?
Well, if I use our car, there will be evidence left behind. And if someone saw the neighbor getting into my car with my daughter, everyone would know immediately what was going on. I figured if it was your car, it would be difficult for people to catch on.
You're being super calculated about that kind of thing. Your stuff is all premeditated. Where the hell were you planning on going with my car?
I'm sorry. You don't have to lend me your car anymore. I'll pay for the repair damages, I swear.
It's too late for that.
What do you mean it's too late?
If you had apologized when I asked about it a second ago, I probably wouldn't have gone this far, but I already invited her over to my house. She's heading over now.
Huh? His wife? Why?
You should know the answer to that question. Your partner that you're having an affair with is one of my friend's husband.
I didn't know you two got along that well at all.
My oldest son was in the same class. They've always gotten along. She kept asking me about what was really going on with her husband because he was acting weird recently. I'm glad that I was able to help her out. Now she'll know why that is.
Hang on a second. We're technically sister-in-laws, right? We're relatives. You're going to take your friend over your relative?
I don't think you treat me as a relative. You literally just use me to get with your affair partner. I don't want you to be complaining now.
That's not true. I totally respect and admire you.
You're seriously too late now. I don't care what you have to say about any of that. Whatever, you're going to buy the car completely. And whether you're getting a divorce or not, I'm sure there's going to be some people asking for damages.
Damages? Divorce? Just because of this one time?
You know, based off of your conversation you were having in the car, I really don't think it was just this once.
I forgot that the audio was also recorded.
Just give up, seriously. I already had my husband reach out to him too. As soon as work is over, he's gonna be coming over to my house. If you want to come over too, you're more than welcome to come. You can explain it all yourself. Everyone ended up coming over to Elsa's house, and all started talking about what happened and what to do. The cheater's wife seemed to have known that something was going on, but Audrey's husband seemed to have not known about any of this at all. So he was pretty shocked about the whole thing. They're all talking about divorce right now, but it seems like the damages is going to be a very expensive price. The wife of the cheater only sued for damages, but no matter which way you look at it, Audrey will not be able to pay for it. Audrey ended up buying Elsa's car outright, and Elsa ended up happy with a brand new car.
Were you at home all day long today?
I was. Is that a problem? Why are you asking me this anyway?
When are you gonna get yourself a job? You can't just lie around at home all the time. Don't you feel guilty for the fact that I'm the one paying for all your living expenses?
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that you should get a job and start earning your own money. You can't just live on my couch forever. I'm getting sick and tired of you wasting your time like this. I thought that if you were gonna spend all your time at home, you'd at least take care of all the housework, but you don't even get that done. What's wrong with you? What are you gonna do if I kick you out of the house? Where would you live?
What the hell are you talking about? I work, you idiot. I've been working from home before we got married. And I'm still doing the same job.
You told me that before, but what does working from home mean anyway? Doesn't that just mean that you're unemployed? Do you think that you're a security guard protecting our house or something?
You're not making any sense to me right now. And no, I don't consider myself to be a security guard. Besides, we don't have anything valuable in our house.
What do you mean by that? I have a lot of things at home that are valuable to me. Don't talk about my house that way. You should be grateful that I'm letting you live with me. I commute to work every day, which means that you're using up all the electricity, gas, and water at home.
I may be using more electricity, gas, and water than you, but how is that relevant?
Don't you think it's unfair that I'm paying the utility costs?
What are you saying? You're being ridiculous.
I mean it when I say that I'll kick you out of here if you don't get a job.
Can you calm down, Sean? You're completely delirious. How are you going to pay the rent if you kick me out of the house? Do you really understand the position you're putting yourself into?
If you move out, I'll have a richer life, because then I wouldn't have to continue paying for all your living expenses. And I won't need to be demotivated by the fact that you're lazing around on my couch. I won't need to put up with all your mood swings either. It'd be great for me. I'd be thrilled if you decided to move out.
Do you hear yourself? You're being totally crazy. Didn't you hear me when I said that I'm employed and that I've been doing the same job for many years now? There are lots of people like me that work from home. I'm a full-time employee, you know. My company gives me the liberty to work from home. I'm also enrolled in social insurance. I mean, you're the one that's financially dependent on me, so how can you act so bossy around me?
What the hell are you talking about? You're not making any sense to me either.
I'm not surprised that you don't seem to get it. You only seem to see things the way that you want to see it. You're in complete denial. That's why I take care of the things that you're not good at, and I never complained. I supported you when you said that you're going to quit your job and start your own business. You failed miserably, but I never blamed you for any of it. And now you're just a part-timer.
Don't make it sound like I have a pathetic job. I'm simply a contracted employee who works flexible hours, yeah. And I plan on becoming a full-time employee soon. I'm not gonna let you put me down like this.
I'm not putting you down. I'm simply stating the facts. If you're gonna pressure me to work harder, you should do the same. I work longer hours than you, so I don't understand why you seem to think that I need to do all the housework on my own. If you're going to help out around the house more, I might be able to get a better job, and I wouldn't mind commuting to work either. As long as I have a computer, I can get my work done from anywhere.
I don't think we're on the same page here. We want different things in life. I want a divorce.
What the hell, Sean? Where is this coming from?
I said I want a divorce. Didn't you get it the first time around? I don't want to spend any more money on you. I want you to move out of my house. You're not cooperative and you make me do all the work. I should have married someone more considerate than you.
How could you say such terrible things to me? You have no idea how hard I work to keep you happy.
Do you really believe that? Because I always felt that it was the other way around. I commute to work every day and work really hard, and you stay at home all the time pretending to be someone important when you're not. It's my house and you should treat me with more respect.
Your name may be on the documents, but that's all.
What's your point? Either way, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm leaving you. If you're willing to work harder, though, I may be able to reconsider my decision. Although I doubt that there's anyone out there that's willing to hire you.
I'd like to say the same thing right back at you.
Shut up, you don't even know what you're talking about! This is the end of our conversation. You know how I feel, so if you want me to not leave you, you better work for it.
Whatever, Sean, you only earn $1,000 a month. Shouldn't you be more worried about me leaving you? If I were you, I wouldn't make stupid threats against me. If you're going to act all self-righteous, I suggest you start earning more. If you apologize to me right now, I'm willing to forgive you. Actually, it'll depend on whether or not your apology is sincere or not.
It's your condescending behavior which really irritates me. I don't want to spend another minute being controlled by an unattractive woman like you. I'd rather leave you and remarry someone younger and more appreciative of me.
I see. So you're cheating on me then. That's why you want to kick me out of the house? That's so like you.
Why do you even care? I know that you don't love me anymore either. Look, I may not be making much money right now, but I was able to get a mortgage on this house when I was employed by my previous company, and if I spend wisely, I'll have no issues paying off my current salary. If you move out, I won't have to pay such a high amount for utility costs. If you're not going to contribute to the household, I want you to pack your things up and move out.
It'll only take a second for you to realize that you're making a big mistake by kicking me out. But I guess you're really sick of me then.
I am. Can't wait for you to move out.
You're so stupid that it makes me laugh. You're the only one that seems to think that I'm some unemployed loser. You clearly don't get it. You never do. And you have the audacity to cheat on me too. You're a clueless fool. Your lover may be young and pretty now, but looks fade. You're such a piece of shit. I can't believe I chose to marry you. I'm such an idiot.
Yes, you are. I'm the one who's saying all the right things here. You're the one that's making up all these lies about us when all you're doing is living off my hard-earned money. Who do you think is putting food on the table, you ungrateful bitch? I don't know why I even married you. It was the biggest mistake of my life.
Okay then, I get it now. You really do want a divorce, so I'll give in.
Really? You do that for me?
And I'll move out tonight after I finish work. Could you spend the night with your lover? I want the house to myself tonight. You won't need to see me anymore.
Why do you keep on pretending that you have a job? You can be honest about being unemployed now that we're getting divorced. But I'm glad that you didn't put up a fight. Well, it was nice knowing you, and good luck with your life.
Good luck to you too. I'm going to move out of the house like you asked me to, but I'm going to ask you to pay alimony for having an affair.
What the hell?
Today is the last time you'll be in touch with me. From the next time, we'll be communicating through my divorce lawyer. A divorce lawyer's not cheap, but I'd rather pay the money if it means that I don't have to deal with you directly. And my lawyer's really good. She's not going to let you get away without paying me any alimony.
Do you really need to involve a lawyer? Can't we settle this amicably? Besides, I don't think that you have the money to hire a lawyer. Shouldn't you use the money to find yourself a new place to live?
You don't have to worry about my finances. Now that I no longer have to aid you financially, I'll be just fine.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that I'm not going to be giving you any more of my money. Since you own our house, you'll need to start paying the mortgage in full after I move out. But I think you should get a new job because the mortgage payment plus utility costs will exceed your current salary. I guess that's not my problem, though.
I don't understand. What is this about?
You'll understand what I'm talking about after I move out. You wait and see. Bye, Sean. My divorce lawyer will be getting in touch with you soon. Say hello to your lover for me.
I got a notice saying that I didn't have enough funds to pay this month's rent. What the hell is going on here?
How is this my concern? It's your house after all. If you had put in enough money into your bank account, you wouldn't have had any problems in paying the rent. Why are you contacting me for something so trivial? I'm sure you could have figured this out on your own.
That is not why I messaged you. Did you steal money from me? It just doesn't make any sense.
Why in the world would I do such a thing? I have plenty of money on my own.
I had no issue paying rent up until now, until the minute that you moved out. There's an issue with my bank balance. Something fishy is going on here. I'm sure of it.
Don't you get it?
Get what?
First of all, I didn't steal any of your money, so you can calm down now. I mean, you don't make that much money. I wouldn't risk everything to steal such a small amount.
Are you saying that I'm not making enough money?
I was putting in $3,500 into your account monthly so that you could pay your mortgage. But now that I moved out, I stopped making those payments to you, so that's why there isn't enough money in your bank account. Do you finally understand how I've been supporting you all these years?
So you're saying that I don't make enough money to pay the mortgage on my own?
That's exactly what I'm saying. You only make $1,000 a month. And I knew that you'd try to blame this all on me again. You never want to take any responsibility for anything. How clueless are you? You need to grow up. I'm not going to take care of you anymore like before. We're divorced, remember? Why would you even think that $1,000 a month was enough money to pay the mortgage? You have no common sense.
I don't spend that much money, so I figured that my salary was enough to pay the mortgage.
I'm the one that paid for our food, and I prepared the meals too. And on top of that, I was paying you $3,500 a month. I was doing more than enough for you. You just never realized or appreciated my help. I mean, who do you think was paying for the car and insurance? You made me do everything, which is why you were completely oblivious to how much we were spending on everything.
I had no idea how much those things were costing us. I'm a little shocked to say the least. What am I supposed to do now? What happens if I can't pay the mortgage?
Why don't you ask your parents for help? You're not my problem anymore, Sean. Your parents are well off. I'm sure they'd be willing to help you out with your money problems.
I can't ask my parents for help. That'd be too embarrassing.
Well, who else are you going to ask? Just be honest with them about your current employment situation and marital status.
There's no way in hell that I'll be able to tell my parents about this. My parents think that I run a successful business. They'd be devastated if they knew that I'd failed and can't even pay my own mortgage.
Well, I think it's about time you told your parents the truth. They deserve to know. And you're the one that put me down all this time when I was the one who was supporting you. This is totally your own fault, and you need to do something about it on your own. Don't come crying to me for help. You seem to think that you were the one taking care of me, but actually it was the other way around. You're a real joke.
How did this happen to me? You barely work. How did you come up with all that money each month?
I'm a systems engineer and I make good money. I can do my job anywhere as long as I have a computer, which is probably why you thought that I was unemployed.
I still don't get it. None of this makes any sense to me.
I suppose. I don't know why I ever married you. It was the biggest mistake in my life. I'm glad that I got out when I did. I'm so over you. Have a nice life without me. I'm sure that you regret not taking better care of me when you had the chance. Well, it's too late now because we're officially divorced now. I'm going now.
Hold on a minute. You're gonna let me suffer by myself? Are you that cruel?
Well, you weren't very nice to me either, remember? And you cheated on me. You don't deserve my pity. Go crying to your beautiful young lover. But I'm sure that once she finds out what a loser you are, she's going to find herself a new lover. That's how young women usually are.
Melanie, I'm so sorry. I realize now how wrong I was. Please, just don't abandon me like this. I don't know what I'm gonna do about my mortgage payments. I need you.
You're an adult. I'm sure you'll figure it all out. Get a new job which pays you better. I'm so glad that we got divorced. I'm so excited to start my new life without you. Goodbye, loser. Sean tried to get Melanie to forgive him, but Melanie had no intention of helping him anymore. She'd had enough. Sean couldn't afford to pay the mortgage, and he asked his lover to chip in, but she left him after she found out that he was poor. He had no choice but to ask his parents for help, but then they told him to sell the house if he couldn't afford it. They didn't allow him to move back in with them, though, so he was completely on his own. So he ended up being homeless and lived a life of despair. Melanie wanted nothing more to do with Sean and completely cut all ties with him. Melanie continues to work hard and has a very successful career. She's very happy with her decision to divorce Sean and is now living a wonderful life on her own. I'm so looking forward to moving into our new house. I'm so grateful that you bought a new house for us to live in. Our whole family is going to be so happy living there.
Hold on a second, Lisa. What did you mean by our whole family?
I don't understand your question. Obviously, my parents are moving in with us. We don't need a huge house for just the two of us. The more the merrier, right? And it'd be great to have my parents around because they'll clean the house and cook for us. They can take care of you too, Ted, which means I have more time to myself.
I see. Although, I don't think that you've been taking care of me in the first place. I mean, I'm doing all the housework for the two of us now. This is the first time I'm hearing about us moving in with your parents. What's going on, Lisa? Do I have a say in this?
Well, they're my parents. Did I really need to ask you for your opinion?
I think you do, seeing as they'll be living under the same roof as us.
I'm sure that I mentioned it before, and you were okay with it. You might have fallen asleep mid-conversation, but I did tell you.
Well, if I'd fallen asleep, then that doesn't count. It's unfair of you to tell me these important things when I'm about to fall asleep.
Well, I didn't know that you were going to fall asleep mid-conversation. This isn't my fault.
I'm sorry, but your parents just can't live with us.
Why would you say such a thing? They're my parents.
I bought the house for the two of us. I wasn't planning on inviting your parents to live with us. I won't feel comfortable in my own home if your parents were living with us. Besides, we'll probably have children soon, so there's not enough room for your parents. You need to tell them that they can't live with us.
But I already told them that they could. I can't say no to them now.
Yes, you can. They're your parents. They'll understand.
You know what? I don't need to listen to you. It's my house, too, so stop telling me what to do.
But I'm paying for the house. Don't you think that I have a say?
I don't. Besides, I've already decided, so you won't be able to change my mind. You need to support my decision as my husband. If you don't, you'll regret it later, I'm sure.
Are you threatening me? You can't make such a big decision without me. How many times do I have to tell you that I bought the house for us and not your parents?
So you're not going to support my decision, then? You want to argue about this?
I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just being honest about my wishes. I can't live with your parents, and I won't. I do a lot of work from home, and if your parents were home too, I wouldn't be able to concentrate or work comfortably. Can't you see how this would be so hard for me?
Fine then, let's get divorced.
What? This is not something to get divorced over.
It is to me. My parents are very important. If you won't allow my parents to live with us, I'm leaving you. Is that what you want?
Of course it's not what I want. You're being very unreasonable by threatening me with divorce. And you just told me about your parents moving in with us. We should talk about this like two adults. I mean, I'm paying for the house, so it's technically my house. If you were considering asking your parents to move in with us, you should talk to me about it beforehand. Besides, the new house isn't designed for two families to live there.
I don't care how you put it. I'm divorcing you if you won't allow my parents to live with us, and that's a final decision.
What the hell, Lisa? So you're not even gonna try and talk things through with me then?
I already have the divorce papers ready.
Why in the world would you do that?
Well, I predicted that you'd react this way. I wanted to be prepared. You could have just said yes and it wouldn't have come to this.
I don't understand why I'm being backed into a corner here. I didn't do anything wrong, yet I'm being punished. I think that you need to calm down. You're clearly threatening me with the idea of divorce. It's not fair.
If I don't get my way, I'm going to file the divorce papers. Do you not believe me when I say that I already have the papers ready? I can show them to you once you come home.
I don't want a divorce. I hear you loud and clear, but I still can't say yes to having your parents move in with us. You need to let your parents know that our plans have changed.
Why are you being so difficult?
I don't think that I'm the one being difficult here. I don't understand what you're trying to do. It doesn't make any sense for us to get divorced just because we can't come to an agreement for your parents. I know that you're busy in preparation for our move, but I don't want you to make any rash decisions.
You just don't get it, Ted.
You're being totally ridiculous. Do you hear yourself? I've been working hard and taking care of the house too. How come you come home late every night? We never see each other at home and now you go and make this big decision without me? We're married. Shouldn't we be talking about this face to face instead of messaging each other like this?
I don't want to see your face. It's easier for me to message you. If you don't want me to leave you, you need to say yes to my parents moving in.
I'll think about it, but I don't think my answer is going to change. How come there's all this stuff being moved into our house which doesn't even belong to us? Did you send your parents' belongings to the new house without my permission?
I did. Is that a problem?
Why would you do such a thing, Lisa? You know that I don't approve of your parents moving in with us. Don't you care at all about my feelings?
I can say the same thing right back at you. You can't control me.
I'm not trying to control you!
This is my house too and I have a say. Besides, my parents already arranged to move out of their current home and they can't change their plans anymore. I'm okay with divorcing you if you don't want to live with my parents.
Have you ever considered that getting a divorce may not be so good for you after all? I defend that you can be so optimistic about everything.
I don't understand what you're trying to say. You can't stop my parents from moving in anymore, so just deal with it.
Just so you know, I'm going to do everything in my power to stop your parents from moving in with us. Have the movers send back all their stuff. You better do as I say.
Ted, where are you? Come help us move in. Are you going to make my father carry everything by himself? You can't complain even if I decide to file the divorce papers today.
Do what you want. I'm done talking to you. Have your parents go back to their old house. This isn't going to work out.
They've already moved out of their old house and they can't go back. How many times do I have to tell you that?
The house is mine and you and your family have no right to live there.
We're married, so the house is half mine. As your wife, I make all the important decisions here. If you're not going to listen to me, I really will file the divorce papers today.
Actually, I already did that for you, so the house is now mine.
What?
Now, will you and your family pack your things up and move out? You wanted to get divorced, so I did you a favor. But to be honest, I wasn't happy about our marriage either. I'm looking forward to starting my new life without you. I don't need to put up with all your whining and selfish behavior anymore.
Why did you file the divorce papers without telling me? You could have said something.
Did I really need to tell you? You were very eager to get divorced. I thought that you'd be overjoyed. We're divorced now, so you're not in the family anymore. I want you to get out of my house ASAP. I think that you should move out before I call the police on you.
Why would you call the police? You're not making any sense to me right now.
I did what you told me to. You should be grateful. You can thank me by moving out.
I didn't actually want a divorce. What I wanted was for us to live all under one roof with my parents. Can't believe that you actually filed the divorce papers. How could you?
I did what I had to do. You weren't ever going to listen to my needs. Like I said before, you should have told me beforehand about your parents moving in with us.
They're my parents. I thought that you would understand.
But I told you that I didn't feel comfortable living with your parents. Don't you care about my feelings at all? And I can't believe that you arranged to have your parents' stuff moved into our house without my permission. You never cared about my happiness. I now know that it was just a mistake getting married to you. I'm glad that you suggested that we get divorced. This is exactly what I needed.
I can't believe that you actually filed the divorce papers.
Oh, so you were bluffing then. Do you realize how selfish you are? You tried to threaten me to get your way. You're a terrible wife. I could do so much better. We're divorced now, so I don't have to put up with your crap anymore. Now will you please get out of my house?
Why are you suddenly turning on me? Don't we mean anything to you?
We're divorced, so we're strangers now. I don't want anything to do with you or your family anymore. To be honest, I never got along with your parents. Did you know that they would steal something from my house each time they visited us? You can't expect me to get along with thieves. I only put up with them because we were married, but not anymore. I want nothing to do with them.
I'm sorry that I threatened you. I feel bad for that. I never thought that you'd actually leave. I didn't want a divorce. How are we supposed to live if you kick us out?
How am I supposed to know? You're the one that asked for a divorce, so deal with it. I'm cutting all ties with you and your family. I suggest that you move out ASAP.
Why are you being so cold to me all of a sudden? Can't we try to resolve our issues and get back together? My parents already put their house up for sale. Can't we try to get along with each other? I know that we can work this out. I mean, we love each other, and that's all that counts, right?
You're the one that asked for a divorce, and I asked you if we could sit down and talk to each other many times, but you refused. It's too late to work out anything.
Look, I'm trying now. Can you give me a little credit here? What are you going to do with this house once we move out? Do you plan on living here all by yourself? Isn't this house too big for one person?
I decided to sell the house to my parents. They agreed to buy it, and the house now belongs to them.
What?
So you need to get out before my parents move in, which will be soon. I could call the police and you could get arrested for trespassing. I'll give you until tomorrow to leave, but if you don't, I'm calling the police. Now start gathering your things.
I never agreed to a divorce. You can't just kick me out like this.
You signed the divorce papers, which means that you agreed to the divorce.
But I've changed my mind. Doesn't that mean anything?
You know that there isn't anything that you can do about this.
We have no place to live. Aren't you concerned at all? We're going to be homeless because of you. Doesn't that make you feel bad?
Not at all. You should be grateful that I'm not asking you to pay me alimony because I could if I wanted to.
Why would I need to pay alimony to you in the first place?
I know that you were having an affair. Don't try to deny it. Why don't you and your parents move in with your lover? I'm sure that he'd be thrilled to have you.
I never had an affair. You have to believe me.
I know that you were going to ask your parents to move in with us and you were eventually going to divorce me and kick me out. You were going to have your parents take care of all the housework so that you could go out and spend time with your lover. I'm on to you, Lisa.
You have it all wrong.
I have all the evidence, so you don't need to make any excuses. I pity you, so I won't ask you to pay me alimony. Now leave the house before I call the police on you. That's the least of what you could do for me. Don't get in touch with me ever again. Have a nice life with your lousy parents and lover.
Lisa and her parents had no choice but to move out of the house. Luckily, they were able to move out before Ted called the police on them. They had no place to live and ended up living in the streets. Lisa asked for her lover's help, but he didn't want to live with her parents either. And he broke up with her soon after that. I guess she saw that one coming. Lisa continued to get in touch with Ted to try to get him to forgive her, but he never got back to her. Ted's parents moved into the new house, and Ted would visit them from time to time. Ted's much happier now that he's divorced and doesn't have to deal with Lisa's crazy parents.
Naomi, how long are you going to take? What time are you coming home? What are you doing with Skylar? It's already this late. Where have you been all morning? You didn't even come home to make lunch.
I've been at the hospital to have a checkup. I reminded you when I left this morning, didn't I? And I think I told you that I would have this checkup a week ago when I made the appointment. I mentioned that I wouldn't be able to prepare lunch for you. I'm thinking of going to my parents' house to let them see Skylar. I'll spend a few hours there, and hopefully Skylar will be able to have a nap before I come home.
Skylar was only born last week. You can't parade her about outside all day. You've got to bring her home right now. It's already this late. I can't believe you could be so irresponsible. Don't you care about Skylar at all? She could get sick.
This late? It's still 1:30. And there's no need to be so overprotective. I've taken precautions for the sunlight and we're only going to see my parents. It's not like I'm taking her to meet everyone I know or pushing her pram through a crowd of sick people. I'm following the doctor's advice and making sure she has undisturbed rest and gets her milk. I wouldn't do anything that I didn't think we both can't manage.
But you can't keep her away from me this long. She's already been away from me for 3 hours. Skylar needs me. You can't do this to her. Give her back to me.
What are you talking about? She's not a thing and she's not yours.
I've decided that I'll raise Skylar myself. I can't trust you with her. I've watched how you've been with her for the past week, and it's obvious that you're no good as a mother. You don't know how to take care of her. If you raise her, she'll end up unhappy. Or worse, she'll be unhappy and she'll be rebellious. It's people like you that end up raising criminals. I can't just stand by and watch you ruin her life. The best thing for Skylar is if you give her up. I'll raise her as my own daughter. She's mine, so give her back.
Skylar's my first child, so of course I don't expect to be able to do things perfectly all by myself. That's why I've been listening to all the advice you've been giving me this week. And I'm really happy that you're helping, but no matter what I do, you keep on complaining that I'm doing things wrong.
So that's what you're thinking of me. I'm doing my best to help you. How can you be so ungrateful? I bet you think that I'm in the way, don't you? You're the one that's living in my house. I'm letting you stay here. I'm providing the roof over your head, and I don't even ask for rent. I've done so much for you, and this is how you repay me? This is why I never approved of Daniel marrying a woman like you.
You were the one that asked that we move in with you. Daniel and I were living together in our own house after we got married, and we planned to stay there. But you wanted us to all live together. You were the one that said you always wanted to live with your grandchild. You pretty much forced us to move in with you once you found out that I was pregnant, and I had to go through all the trouble of moving house when I was already really big.
Why do you have to put it like that? I never forced anything. Just ask Daniel. He was delighted to move back in with us. I've done so much for you. It wouldn't hurt for you to show a little more appreciation, too. Can't you at least say thank you? I think I deserve a lot more, but I shouldn't expect anything from you.
Appreciation? I had a lot more of that when I first met you. But ever since I married your son, and you started to show your true colors, it's become a lot more difficult. Especially after we moved in together, and you wouldn't stop making hurtful comments about the way I did chores and the way I prepared dinner. The stress and fatigue just piled up, and I couldn't please you no matter what I did.
I didn't know you could get any ruder. When have I ever made hurtful comments about anything you've ever done? If I've made comments, it's just because I'm giving you advice as your senior in life. If you think I've been hurtful, it's because you're trying to make me out as the bad person in this story.
I'm an adult too. I understand the difference between advice and sarcastic, backhanded comments. And it's not just those comments. You don't like the food I make, even though I've done my best to follow your recipes. And if you really don't like my cooking, then you can always make your own. But you insist on having me prepare your serving too. And sometimes you throw it all away right in front of me. It's not just insulting, it's wasteful. Did you really think that I could just brush that off as advice? I don't understand how you could do something so mean just for the sake of showing me you don't like my cooking.
I threw it away because it didn't taste good. What's the problem? Did you really think that it was good enough to serve to Daniel and my husband? Nobody would want to eat something disgusting like that, so I saved them the trouble. I just did what they would have wanted to do anyway. If anything, you should be thanking me for not letting them eat something as horrible as that slop you call food.
That's what I'm talking about. In the past few months we've spent living together, you've never eaten my food without making a face, a comment, or throwing it away. On top of that, you were making me do all of the housework right up until the birth.
I couldn't have a moment's rest while you were around, even though my back hurt and my feet hurt and I was so tired. Even when my contractions started and I was begging you to call for an ambulance because Daniel was out, you wouldn't call and told me that I was overreacting. I couldn't even get to the phone myself. I thought I was going to give birth right where I was. It wasn't until Robert passed by my room and noticed that my water had broken that I was finally able to go to the hospital. I'm grateful for my father-in-law's care and consideration. But if you want me to be grateful for you, then you'll have to do something I can be grateful for first.
You shouldn't expect everyone to do everything for you. You could have gone to the hospital by yourself. You're so spoiled. It shows that your parents must have been overly protective of you as a child. No wonder you're so disrespectful towards me.
Did you really think that I could drive all the way to the hospital safely when I was getting contractions every 5 minutes? Even after I gave birth, you didn't say anything to me. You didn't ask me how I was doing. Not even a word about how well I had done, even though I was in labor for 15 hours.
I was too busy thinking about Skylar. What did you expect? My first and only priority was the baby. So what if you gave birth? It's nothing special. I gave birth too, and you don't see me begging everyone for praise and compliments.
I didn't expect you to compliment me. But I think anybody would be happy to hear something from family. And anything would have done. And I'd like to remind you that I was only discharged from the hospital a week ago. I've been waking up over and over in the middle of the night to feed Skylar. I haven't had any sleep at all this past week. I'm still trying to get used to a lot of new things, a lot of new emotions, and a new sleep routine. And I'm literally all over the place. But you're still making me do all the housework. I thought you said that it would be better for us all to live together because you'd be able to help out with the baby. But you haven't been doing anything. Even though Daniel and his dad say that I don't have to do anything, to rest when I can and not to push myself too hard, I have to do everything while they're at work because you won't do anything.
Oh, you really are spoiled. You are the one that married my son, not the other way around. What's the point in having you here if you're not going to do the chores? You can't seriously think that you can spend your days just laying around doing nothing. You're being childish if you think that's how things work just because you've moved in with us. I'm here to be with Skylar, not with you. And you shouldn't expect everyone to be nice and kind to you just because you've given birth. So what? That doesn't change anything. You're sorely mistaken if you think you get to slack off just because you've had a baby. The only one we all care about is Skylar. I couldn't care less about you, and nobody else does either. We only need Skylar.
I can't believe you're not gonna even bother to hold back your punches. I take it you mean that there's no use for me at your house if I'm not going to do all of your housework for you?
That's right. I'm glad you finally understand. We only need Skylar to make us happy. I don't need a rude, disrespectful, annoying daughter-in-law like you around the house if you're not even going to do what you're here for. Even if you did do the chores and prepare our food, you're so useless I end up having to redo everything you do anyway. You're just wasting my time, and having you here is a waste of space too, so we don't need you here.
So you think I'm rude and useless. All right.
What, am I wrong? I don't think I said anything you couldn't understand. I made it quite clear. We don't need you in this house. To be honest, I'd prefer if you'd leave as soon as possible and never come back. You don't have to worry about Skylar, she'll be in good hands. We'll raise her without you. I think that's best for her as well. She doesn't need a useless woman like you as her mother.
I just want to check. If you want me to leave, then that means you don't want to live with me, doesn't it?
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't want to live with you, and I want you out of my house. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. I understood that perfectly.
then I won't be coming back. I'll be staying at my parents' house. They've got a spare room that I can use, so there's no reason for me to return today. I'll go and get my things another day. Will that make you happy?
Of course, do whatever you want. You're an adult. I don't care where you stay as long as it's not in my house. Nobody in this house is waiting for you to return anyway. I'll have Daniel go and collect Skylar from you when he gets home from work, so make sure she's had her rest and you've got all her things ready by then. I'll let you spend these last few hours with her at least. You're not going to come back to this house, so this will be the last time you ever see her. I'm glad you've finally come to your senses. You're not fit to be a mother.
I understood the part about not coming back to stay in your house, but you're wrong about one thing. I am not handing my daughter over to you. Skylar is staying with me. I'm her mother.
What are you talking about? I just told you that you're not fit to be a mother. Are you going to take her away from me? You can't do that. She needs me.
Oh, you think that I'm not fit to be a mother because I need support to raise her and because I can't handle all of the housework on just 1 hour of sleep a night? You expect the impossible from me. You're saying that I'm taking her away from you, but you're not her mother. She was never yours to begin with.
She's my granddaughter. That makes her mine.
I don't think that your way of thinking that she belongs to you is very healthy for Skylar. I don't think that raising her in an environment where you think that you can treat me however you like is good for her either. Daniel and Robert have both lost their patience with the way you've been treating me. I know that the both of them have done their best to talk with you privately and get you to change your attitude. But it still hasn't changed after months. And if it's only going to get worse now that Skylar's born, I'd rather not live with you either. Your own son and husband have given up on getting you to change your ways, so there's no way I can keep hoping.
Robert as well? You're lying. I remember him mentioning something about you, but I've forgotten what he said. It didn't seem very important. But I know that they all hate you. Nobody wants you to stay in our house, and we're all happy that you've finally given birth so we can get rid of you and keep Skylar.
Who's they? Do you mean Daniel and Robert? Because I know Daniel loves me, and Robert is a wonderful father-in-law. And even if they did actually hate me, I think they'd be more mature about it. You've been far from mature these past few months. You've been passive-aggressive and childish at best. All you've done is bully me and make me feel bad about myself. I've had enough. We've all had enough of your behavior. If you're not going to fix it, then there's no point sticking around and waiting for you to change. I'm not returning to your house. And if you won't reflect on your actions, I won't let you meet Skylar.
You won't let me see Skylar? That's ridiculous. You can't do that. You can't keep her away from me. You have no right to do that. I'm not going to listen to a woman that can't even raise a child properly. You don't have to come back, but I'm not letting you keep Skylar. Give her back right now. Skylar will be happier that way, and you'll thank me one day when you realize that. She belongs with us, not you. We'll raise her, so don't be so selfish and give her up.
I'm sorry, but who's we?
Daniel, Robert, and I. The three of us will raise her without you. I know that we can make Skylar 1,000,000 times happier if you're not around to ruin her life. She doesn't need a failure of a mother like you. You should give her back to me for her sake.
Robert's actually with me right now. Daniel will be here soon too. He's already asked his manager for the rest of the day off after he's finished in his meeting. The truth is, it wasn't a hospital appointment I had this morning. I'm sorry I had to lie, but you wouldn't let me leave the house until I said that I would be going to the hospital.
What? Then where were you? What were you doing?
I was being honest when I told you that I would be going to my parents' house, but I was somewhere else this morning. I went to have a viewing of a house with Robert to get his opinion.
You went to see a house? But why would you do that? I didn't tell you to leave my house until an hour ago. And why would you need my husband's opinion?
Daniel and I have decided that we're going to move out. And when we told him, Robert was very interested in the idea too. Maybe you should ask him for the details when he returns home tonight, since I won't be coming back. Ever.
But why would Robert be interested in looking at a new home?
Daniel and I have been thinking about moving back out, ever since we first moved in with you and you started to bully me. We've both hit our limits, and we can't take it anymore. It's too stressful being with you all day, every day, and he doesn't complain. But I know it's tough on Daniel when I vent after he's had a long day at work. It's been hard for the both of us. The only reason why we didn't move out earlier is because it was a strain on my body to move our stuff to your house in the first place, and we didn't want to go through that again.
Hit your limits? Stressful? What's that supposed to mean? You're just exaggerating. How pathetic. All I'm doing is showing you how to do things properly.
Daniel's had enough of your behavior too. He can't stand the way you speak to me, and he knows that you've been throwing away the food I make as well. He knows about how you follow me around when I do the laundry and the washing up, nitpicking at every single thing. He promised me that we would make preparations so that we can move out as soon as the baby is born. And he kept that promise. He found a few places that were open for viewing and cut the choices down to 2 places so I wouldn't have to go back and forth. When we spoke to Robert, he offered to pay half of the deposit, saying that he wanted to come with us.
Excuse me? Robert wants to move out? Well, he was obviously including me when he said that.
He meant that he wanted to move in with us and move away from you. Apparently, he's had enough of your attitude as well. And since you won't change, no matter how many times he's spoken to you, he's decided to leave you. He's telling me that he left the divorce papers on the table in the living room. Have you seen them? He says that he's already signed them, so you just have to sign your side and leave them there. He'll have them filed tomorrow.
I found them, but I don't understand. Why would he want to divorce me? I haven't done anything to deserve this. Answer the phone! I want to speak to my husband! He's with you, isn't he? Let me talk to him. I can't trust a word you say.
Why would I lie? Those papers have already been signed, haven't they? I wouldn't fake his signature just to trick you. Robert says that he'll talk to you when he gets home, but that he's already made his feelings clear in past conversations. You just haven't been listening to him properly. Anyway, we're busy getting our new home ready. Could you wait until later?
I don't understand why Robert and Daniel have to move away too. I only said that you don't need to come home. What about me? What am I supposed to do? They can't leave me here by myself?
Robert says that he'll give you that house in the divorce. He has no need for it if he's moving in with us, and he doesn't want you causing us trouble just because you can't find a new home for yourself. You're lucky he's being so generous. Daniel and I have no intention of living with you ever again. And of course, we're not going to give you our daughter. Robert's decided that he wants a divorce and that he doesn't want to live with you anymore. I think that explains everything you want to know.
What about me? I'm going to live here all by myself? You're not making any sense. Why can't I come with you?
Weren't you listening to what I said? We've told you over and over that the way you've been treating me is unacceptable. We wouldn't have had to do this if you had fixed up your attitude and stopped behaving so immaturely. If you had listened to your own husband's warnings and your son asking you to stop treating me so horribly, we would have never decided to move out. We would still be living with you, and you would still be able to spend time with your loved ones. But unfortunately, you haven't shown any signs of changing or even feeling bad about what you've done. You deny all responsibility, and we've had enough. Because of your selfishness, you'll have to spend the rest of your life all alone.
What about Daniel? What does he think? He can't be serious about leaving his own mother all alone. I raised him. He's better than that. He would never abandon me like this. You've tricked him into thinking I'm the bad person and convinced him and my husband to follow you.
Have you forgotten that Daniel was the one that was always intervening and defending me from you when we first moved in? He was doing his best to keep himself between you and I when he could, and making sure that I wasn't stuck with you alone when he was at home. But then he had to start a new project at work, and was coming home tired more often, and didn't even have the strength to argue back the things you were saying to me. The stress of work and your treatment of me was accumulating for him too. That's when he promised that he would find us a new place to live. We realized that the best way to deal with the situation was to just put space between us and you, for the sake of our physical and our mental health.
You're lying. Daniel would never want to leave me. And Robert can't be serious about getting a divorce. At this age, I'll never be able to get remarried. I'll be alone. Can't he rethink the divorce? I'll do anything. He's not honestly thinking we should get divorced, is he?
You'll have to talk to Robert directly about that. Though he says that there's nothing more to say. And we've already chosen a new home that has enough room for the three of us and Skylar. Robert is welcome to live with us, but there's no room here for you. Moreover, Robert's actually put a lot of money into this house for us. He's been very considerate, since Daniel and I had to pay a lot for the hospital bills last week. We don't plan on telling you where our new address is either.
But I'll never be able to see Skylar ever again. Are you honestly going to separate us?
I'm not going to let you see her. You'll have to show that you can change first. I don't know if you can, but if you want to see her, you'll have to. I don't plan on meeting you until then either. I'm sure you don't care whether you see me again or not, but I just wanted to make it clear that this is what happens when you treat someone as though they're inferior to you. You end up alone.
What did I do to deserve this? Why is everyone leaving me behind? You're telling me that I have to spend the rest of my life, my elderly years, all alone? That's too much. You don't have to go this far. I thought I would be able to spend the last 20 years of my life taking care of my grandchild. I wanted to have peace and quiet and not worry about any of the chores or worry about money. This isn't what I wanted. I was dreaming of my life as a grandmother, but now I'll have to get a job. I have to do everything myself. I won't be able to see my family. That's not fair.
Really? I guess you hoped that I would be the one to take care of all the chores and plan to live off your husband's savings and pension, all without lifting a finger yourself. But you ended up breaking that dream with your own hands. You should have been more respectful towards the people around you if you wanted them to love and take care of you. I'm tired of you complaining about every little thing I do. But now, you'll have to do everything yourself, and you won't be able to see your family ever again. That's the price you've paid. You'll have to accept it.
Fine, I understand I made a mistake. I shouldn't have been so nagging. I'll do my best to get on with you from now on. I'll change the way I've been acting towards you, so please don't move out.
It's too late for that. We've already paid the deposit and signed the documents for the house. We won't change our minds about living away from you. And we'll be moving all of our things into the new place over the next few days. We're all going to live here in peace without you. Robert will be returning to your house this evening to pack up our essentials, so you should have a good long talk with him then. He'll be staying there until all of our things have been moved. But he's quite adamant about having the divorce, so I suggest you forget about talking him out of it, and talk about how you can make an effort to change your behavior. That way, you might have a chance to meet Skylar in the future.
Naomi, I'm sorry. Let's all live together. I don't want to be alone. I think we might have gotten off to a bad start, but I'll change. I'll do whatever it takes. I'm sure you'll come to understand why I was so harsh towards you. It was for your sake. But I won't do that anymore. Just let me see Skylar.
I find it hard to believe that you'll change when you're still making excuses. You can't even apologize properly. It's too late after all. You can't change. Besides, you were saying yourself that you don't want to live with me, remember? I confirmed over and over, and you said that you wanted me to leave. Well, I don't want to live with you either. I hope you'll enjoy your final years without a rude, useless woman like me in the way. After her conversation with Naomi ended, Kim had no choice but to wait for her husband to come home. The first thing Robert did when he returned to the house was to tell Kim that he wanted a divorce, and that he wasn't going to change his mind. He checked that she had signed the papers and took them to his lawyer to have them filed. He didn't speak a word to Kim after that, and spent his time packing away all of his things. Anything that had to be dealt with regarding the divorce was done through his lawyer, and he was able to move houses without much fuss. Kim got the house in the divorce, but it was brought to her lawyer's attention that she had spent Robert's savings on several occasions without his permission, and as a result, the amount she received in alimony payments decreased significantly. It wasn't enough for her to keep up the payments for the household bills, so she had to find a job in order to earn some money to pay for other essentials. She was so desperate to meet Skylar that she went to Naomi's parents' house and demanded that they tell her Naomi's new address. It didn't occur to her that she should have just shown Naomi that she was making an effort to change. In the end, Naomi's parents called the police because of how aggressive Kim was being, and Kim was taken away in a police car to be questioned. Kim was not only divorced and looking for a job, but had also been slapped with a restraining order from Naomi's parents. On the other hand, Naomi and Daniel were living happily ever after with their small family and were looking forward to having their next child. Robert was delighted he was freed of his selfish wife and was taking great pleasure in taking care of his granddaughter.